Well, hello and welcome. I am Jennie Wallach here in Tulsa, Oklahoma, and I've been in real estate for almost 25 years. It's so crazy how time flies when you're having fun. And what I've really loved and enjoyed over these past years is getting really clear on my mission and my purpose. And I really find my greatest joy when I'm able to share and give back and empower all my agent friends, local and far away, to share the systems and the tools and the ideas that I've learned over all these years. I just feel like we are such a collaborative industry, and what a beautiful way for us to connect together and to share. And so that's what today is about. Today's topic is all about marketing, and it's marketing matters. It truly does matter, as you know. And we're going to talk about how to create a powerful marketing plan and strategy, as well as building deeper connections with our people, which is so important, and how we can have strategic partnerships so that we get all these events and marketing paid for. I like $0. So I don't know if you do as well, but why not have those who we are sharing business with and relationship with as our service providers help out along the way? And they are happy to do it. So let's just get started. Like I said, all of this will come to you after class today, and I'm just so grateful that you're here hanging out. So first up, we got really clear years ago for for our team. I have a real estate team here in Tulsa. We get to help about 100 families a year. Most of those come by way of referral repeat clients, which are so amazing. But whenever we were thinking about, who really are we? What's our niche market? And we feel like our theme is really just creating community, right? Whether that's with your own clients or giving back to your local community or just having some networks of partnerships where you get to create community together. It's so important in today's world, especially with the AI and technology that can make the world feel very disconnected. We want to be even more connected. And we're going to talk about that today of how we stay connected with our different communities, online communities, in-person communities, and we get to do that on our team through real estate. Real estate is our catalyst for being able to do all of this. And so let's see how we can do this. This comes right from the Millionaire Real Estate Agent book. It's our real estate Bible for realtors. If you haven't quite gotten into the red book, as we call it, you should. And please know, this isn't like a romance novel, not at all. It's more like a how-to manual of how to build a business that's sustainable and creates clients for life. So today's topic being about marketing, this is where we see this come up in the first model, lead generation model of the MREA book. So in the book, if you can see this now, this is an old graphic, and I'd love to encourage you to always like sharing additional resources. If you go to, you can just put it in your search bar, National Association of Realtors. You could even do NAR, Home Buyer and Seller Survey. Every year NARD puts together this amazing survey and report from tallying up the results of what matters most to buyers and sellers, how they bought and sold, etc. And it's so valuable for us real estate agents because it's a really good reminder. They want to use us, they want to use us again. We just have to stay top of mind. And that's what this graphic is implying, right? You can see that buyers and sellers are typically only talking to, interviewing one, maybe two agents, and that's how many they have in their mind if they were to think about a real estate agent. So this is your reminder. They want to use you, so it's your job to stay in touch. So this comes right from the MREA as well on page 144. And this is the graphic that I'm always working through in my mind of how can we get people in those outer rings into the middle. So much so that not only have we met them and had a two-way conversation with them or helped them buy and sell one time, but to really be this allied resource, this person that's our raving fan, our cheerleaders, that when real estate topic comes up at any kind of an event or an outing, that they think of us as that go-to that they recommend. And so that's what all of today is about, is being top of mind, so much so that you've worked your people all the way through in your database to that core, resources there that they are going to support you. So really right here it just says peak performance in sales is it requires you to have a systematic marketing-based lead generation model, which is then enhanced by personal prospecting. That way, you can enjoy the benefits created by both activities. Through different times, the model was kind of like you should be marketing based, prospecting enhanced. And then the days were more of prospecting based, marketing enhanced. And the truth is, you got to have both going on at the same time. And you understand that marketing is like the billboards, the newsletters, the not direct calls to action, where prospecting is more of a direct one-to-one mofer type approach. But together, they work beautifully to ensure that you're able to generate leads and referrals for your business. So with that, this is right again from the models of Keller Williams Realty. This is just an idea of how you need to think about setting up your systems, your marketing and touch plans. So just a touch-based phone call. Now, we've all been told and we know that our number one job description as a real estate agent is to lead generate. And that means talk to people. Get on the phone, face to face, email back and forth, social media, DMs, a two-way relationship building conversation of some kind. Pick your method, decide what works best for you that actually proves to have results, and fit those into your calendar. So, nowadays, to be honest, a lot of our touching base phone calls might be the birthday calls, that's once a year, the home anniversary calls, that's once a year, but then inviting them or asking them to participate in the next client event or giveaway. And those are all two-way conversations that are deepening the relationship. Now you get to sprinkle in your other offerings, and this is marketing. This is maybe a newsletter, an email newsletter, updating them of the market, local happenings, all the things that are going on in your community. And then even getting a couple bigger things like an event that's an in-person event, or these online giveaways we like to do. We did a baseball game one year. We did a movie screening last year. Any kind of, forced let's see each other in person is really a great way to really double down and connect with your people. Now remember, not everyone's going to show up. You don't want everybody to show up. You don't have a budget for that. But the whole point is that you're having the touches to invite them, to follow up with them, to sorry we missed you. There's so many touches around each of those events that that's still a win-win, is being in their inbox, being in their voicemails, and being a text that they receive from you is just building the relationship, even if the time isn't right for them to come to the party and hang out with you. Now, we do just a couple in the mailbox touches each year because I found that they actually still work. And I'm just going to share with you what exactly our stuff looks like on our team. This is a place for you guys to start. So what we do is we build out our calendar. It's already booking out. The fourth quarter is all planned on our team. And we think about what opt-in and call-in type events or giveaways do we want to do? Because these, as you have probably heard of them before, and if not, I've got all kinds of content on opt-in and call-in giveaways. These are great, great ways to engage with your people, to have some fun, to have a reason to call your database, have a reason to email, have a reason on your social media to promote your team and your business. This is just such a great way. And as you remember, if you've heard of these before, you always are in the process capturing their name, their email, their phone number, their physical email, and asking a couple questions. We ask a fun question. We're doing a fall front porch giveaway. We're doing a fall decor giveaway, I guess, with 3 different fun items that they could win. And in the form, we ask, what's your favorite thing about fall? And then we also ask, are you or someone you know thinking about buying a home in the near future? And it's not a requirement. Sometimes we have made it a requirement to answer, but we just put it in there. And then we also add the third question is, are you curious about the current value of your home? So we can get, if people want to raise their hand and say, yeah, I am curious. Like these are all ways to engage and have fun with your database and at the same time grow your database because we're putting it on our next door pages, on our public website, on our public Facebook pages, Instagram pages, LinkedIn pages. So it allows us to capture new people to grow our database. Now, we do enjoy a go out or a pop by. So a go out is where you take something out to people. We do these fun kids and pets at play signs that you've maybe seen me share before. And they're like yard signs, like little open house corrugated signs. And we do them in the summertime when school gets out and it says, slow down, kids and pets at play. And we allow our clients in the community to get one of those signs and we'll drop it off at their house. And then, of course, the pop buys, some examples of pop buys where you have fun little trinkets or goodies to give to your people. We do just a few client events. We just really honed them down to be what's the most impactful and important of client events. What do people really show up for? And I'll share some examples of those. And then something else we do, and our friend Meg Dady from Chicago has made the micro events super popular. And this is an awesome idea if you're a solo agent or a small team, or you don't have a budget, or you're just getting started in hosting events. Start small on purpose. Start small on purpose. And that's what a micro event is. For our team, we allow a budget for our agents to do their own micro events where we help them with all of that. An email newsletter, you can absolutely go to the Wallet group. You can find all of our content that we share, as well as all of the info on our newsletters. We send out some mailers a couple times a year, team events, because we have a team. We do business owner masterminds. This is all extra layers that later on you can add in. I've just been doing this for a while, so slowly but surely we've been folding in other ways to create community through real estate. Because remember, that was our mission and our motto. And we do in-town agent events. I just did a exclusive top agent mastermind yesterday where agents we got together and we just mastermind on the current market and things that are happening in our mindset and things like that. And then the other things that we are always sprinkling in are the simple stuff, but very important. If you actually call your clients on their birthday, that will stand out, I promise. Call them on their home anniversary, that will stand out. I'm telling you, these extra little touches that may not seem like a big deal to you could really make an impact for your people. So that's just an overview of how we do it on our team. We map it out in advance and we have a plan, but let's dive into it a little bit more. Here are some of the examples, and you have this in your workbook. This is just I wanted to give you all the different ideas and the things that we do. And then, of course, you pick and choose what makes sense for me, which is what is most like me. Because whenever you have these, you're getting to connect with your community and your database. So people you know and people you don't know. And here are just some different examples. Of course, if you go to your Journey with Jennie, the group, my Facebook group, and you typed in these titles, I guarantee you could find the exact systems, the plans, the marketing, the messaging that we've used for all these different events because I'm always sharing those examples over there. But these are just a few of the ones that we do each year. And then the other tip is after you first roll out one of these events online or in person, you get to just evaluate afterwards and say, did that work? What could we have done better? What could we improve on? And you just go from there. Now, here is one example. We had a lot of fun with this. So every year for the past couple years, we've kind of replayed the same play, right? You create the plan and run the play like my coach Jordan Freed taught me. You have what you're going to do and you can tweak it over the years. And so this was a great one. It was virtually $0 for us to run it, but we had 12 different community partners. So like local businesses, small businesses, um, donate items. And it didn't even need to be a big item. It was just an item from their store or their shop or gift certificates. And then starting a couple months, out, you start gathering these things. You define a call time. And so we put that on our calendar as a team. We promoted it to our database in the community. We're posting about it because we're saying, call us. So 70 responses. I'm trying to remember how we did. So it was a call-in day. So they would call us to get entered to win, and we'd fill out the Google form as a team as you're taking the phone call. And then we got to, so, yay, here are all the winners for each of the different prizes. And so we got to grow our database. So you can see over here, we had 70 responses, 7 new leads, 9 referrals. It cost us $0, and each of the prizes were $50 to $250. So we got to engage with people, we get to grow our database, we got to get some referrals, which is amazing. And I want this point to really be noted because sometimes we can get down or depressed, like, oh my gosh, only 70 people. But that's in a day that we talk to 70 people. That is in a day that we generated 9 referrals. So never ever dismiss any effort that you're putting out there because you just never know what those can turn into. Now, this is just what it says on our form. So whenever we have either, whether it's they call us and we're filling out the form or they fill out a Google form to be entered to win, this is just an example for you to see like the info that we want to gather from them. Just helps us to kind of also, we added in, where'd you see this post or where'd you get this link? Or where did you learn about this? Because we want to see what's working and where we're getting the biggest bang and biggest response. So you might want to add that on there. Here's a couple examples of our go outs and our pop-bys. So I mentioned the drive slow, kids and pets at play. And so we do this every year. We also partner it with a local nonprofit because if you know some things that maybe there aren't school lunches. So we've partnered with the food bank one year. This year it was this organization called the Little Lighthouse. And so what we do is everybody that fills out a form, we make a donation to that organization. So it's a great way to have a win-win with that as well. And when they filled out the form to get the sign in their own front yard, they also were entering for passes to an indoor water park, which is really fun. We took out some Jet Puff. Oh, this was a s'mores kit for summertime. So we just put these all together, like 10 to 15 or 5 per agent, and they just went out to their top referring partners and friends and sphere that they wanted to really love on a little extra. This is a client appreciation event, so this would be one of our in-person events. We did this a couple years ago. It was great, and not too hard to manage. We've got the whole playbook on this, happy to share it, but just a pictures in the park event. So, it could be whether it's a baseball game or a movie event or your pies and pints, your pie day event, have a plan around it, have the marketing plan, and just making sure that you're prepping and planning in advance to have enough time. And don't worry, I'm going to give you a good checklist for that. This was an example of a micro event that we did. This is just at my house. And I it was on International Women's Day, and I had a local charcuterie place bring delicious treats, of course. A friend of mine was a Scout and Cellar wine rep, so she just brought the wine and we did a little tasting. It was a great time. And so you can see this is very small and intentional, and it was a great little way to connect with other lady friends. Here's an example of our email newsletter. This goes out once a month to our whole database. So anybody's email that we have. And you can see it's really intentional. Like it's got a tip about real estate because we are in the real estate business. It had the most recent giveaway was for our football magnets. And so they could enter to win a tailgating package. We have some listings that we're promoting, and then we've got some local Tulsa stuff that's going on, and then just other educational things. We really find that we get great open rates on this. You can see down here at the bottom, 3,996 like opened it, and 43%, sorry, 43% opened it. So this is what you want to be tracking. I'm not an expert at that, but it is important to make sure that you're not getting unsubscribed from and that people actually appreciate and want to see your content. This is the mailer that I was just talking about. So you can see, like, we just send football is a big deal in Oklahoma, college football, that is. And so we have a magnet every year. This is only one of two things that go into our people's mailboxes, but they actually put them on the fridge because football matters in Oklahoma. So they've got the local teams in their on their fridge in their kitchens. And then we added in a tailgate giveaway on top of that. So we're just plussing that opportunity. Now, if you notice, right here is where they can scan. It's going to be on the fridge or in their face all year long, and they allows them to get a home value report. This QR, we love the QR code. We use them everywhere. So be taking notes along the way if you want to make sure, and we can talk through specifics here in a little bit. But this is just a QR code. If you want to scan it, but we'll also send it. It should probably be in your workbook. But this is just an extra little touch plan for you to borrow and use. You know what? For the wrap up email, let's make sure and send the template of all these extra things so that you can actually create your own checklists and systems too, like if or if that's needed, because I think that's important. For you can listen to me all day long, but your systems may be a little different. So if you want to scan that, that could be helpful as well. But that helps you remember what to do. But here's just a couple more ideas for events and connection. This is kind of that extra extra I was talking about. So we do this business owner mastermind once a quarter. We just did this one. You can go on my socials and see how that went. It was great. We brought in this gal, Kristen. She is a financial planner, but she's also amazing at networking. So much so that she put on a whole presentation about how to better network. And so if you bring in people to have little events or a lunch and learn, it allows you to grow your database, engage with your database, grow your relationships in your community. And then especially if you pick people who are kind of well known or connectors in your community. This last event was the room was packed because Kristen sent this out to her own databases and her own people so that that really helped fill the room. We had a great attendance, we had great engagement, and it's just a fun way for you to be a connector. You are creating community through real estate. All right, this is another one. These again are a little plus plus, so you may not be here yet, but maybe have a placeholder in your mind for, man, what if I folded in some of these ways to connect? I created this, I made it up. It's called Agent Alliance, and it's just that once a quarter, I'm going to teach a class or I'm going to bring in somebody to add value. And so this was a great one, highly attended. Now remember, this one is for agents. So it was for my own team, agents at my company, agents across the city, any co-op agent we've done a deal with. It was open to all brokerages. And we had this attorney come in and she spoke on really important things like probate and estate sale, estate planning, and all the things that people need to know about. So that, especially with our aging population. And so highly attended, super informative, and a great way to connect with our agent partners as well. Some other team things, if you do have a team, I think it's important to have intentional gatherings and events for the team each year. So we have a mid-year review, we have a planning day for the next year, we have a fun day, we have a holiday event. It's just making sure that you're staying connected and having community even inside of your own team and your company as well. I want to keep rolling because there's a lot to get to, but I want to make sure I give you all these different ideas here. With your event touch plan, because this is where I started, is I'm not a marketing professional. I don't know how to do all this stuff other than just winging it. Today's world, though, of course, we have so much information out there. You've got your AI to even help you with plans as well. But here's just an example for you. Think about what you want to do, when you want to do it, create a plan around it, and you'll have all the different touches and communication strategies with it. And then on the right there is a good kind of timeline. If you know that you're going to do something in the next few months, back it up, start the planning, and put the things on your calendar in advance so that when it gets time for the event, it's successful, because that's the point. So these are just some examples. If I was starting over totally from scratch today and had nothing already in my playbooks, I would just go to my friend Chatty. As you guys know, I enjoy my conversations with her every day. And I would say, I'm looking to host a party for these people, this many people on this day with this theme, and give it as much information as you have in your mind. And I promise you could probably get a pretty amazing plan and strategy with all the marketing and messaging that would be needed. I'm just guessing. I should probably do that just to make sure. Now let's just hop over to social media because, as you know, it's pretty important. Having your social media strategy in place is important. I have an individual Facebook page or Facebook profile, and then I have a business one too. So the wallet group is online. It's on Facebook and Instagram and LinkedIn and YouTube. And you can go and search all those different channels just to get an idea of what it can look like. And, we're not perfect, and still we're really striving every day to provide value, to engage with people so that we create community through real estate. And so, you can just think through, like, what are your buckets? Like, what days do you want to post? And again, with your chat GPT, to be honest, this could be really something that they can help you with. They that I've done it even for your journey with Jennie, is help me create a social media plan so that I have strategic posts every day, and what would that messaging look like and what would it say? And so, of course, your social media does matter. I have opinions on personal pages versus business pages. I think you do need a business page for the more direct real estate info. And then, of course, sprinkling in a little bit to your personal page, but mostly you need to not be always selling things on your personal page. Here's just an example of our, um, believe this is our Facebook page for our business. So we've got followers over there, and we added in this like method. So the like method is local lowdown, share local events, recommendations, and insights. You'll definitely see that on our page. Information, provide valuable tips and knowledge to engage your audience. Know me, so showcase your skills, so storytelling with that, your services and how you help people, and then engage in conversation. Definitely want to always respond promptly if there is any engagement, and making sure that you're doing the same and contributing meaningfully. Here's my more personal page and profile. So I think what's important here is to think through, and this is a little exercise you can do here after class, is what are you about and what do you love? So sharing a combination of your personal life and your professional life while being real and authentic is so very important. And if you missed, just had a class called People Over Prompts, How to Be More Real in the Age of AI. I really talked a lot about that. Is now more than ever, when you come across as a robot, it's going to be a turnoff for people. So don't be perfect, and don't use so many emojis now. Although I was always an emoji person, but now I feel like, ChatGPT has messed me up from all the things that I used to use in my writing, like the long dash. I was a long dash girl, and now I can't be. But now I have to do three dots. But just thinking through on your own personal page, I want to be interested rather than interesting. So sometimes I can get caught up in like, what am I going to say today? And is that valuable? Did anybody like it? And we can go so internal. But I think the idea here with social media is you reacting and commenting and engaging and direct messaging people is really the point, I would say. Yes, you want to look great and have value and it be entertaining on your page and educational, but I think it's a kind of a little bit of a combo. This is just an example of what my current one looks like. You want to have professional picture, please, and just you, not multiple people. If you want to add in your kiddos or whatever, like I've done with my daughter in the past, I've in my this big one, can't remember the name of it, whatever this is. Um, I've put, pictures of my daughter and stuff, but have this first picture really be you. Say where you live, add in your business stuff. You can link your other pages and profiles there. But I just liked thinking through for myself is like all of these I ams, like I am a mom, I'm a wife, I'm a realtor, I'm a business owner, I'm a proud Tulsan, a teacher, a learner, a leader, a giver, an exerciser, traveler, a sooner, a bit silly, and an investor. Those was just my brain dump of who am I and what would I share? Well, it's gonna be probably, oh, is my dogs aren't on there. Oh no, I need to add them. A dog owner as well. And so that's the stuff you share that people are going to care about. You'll notice if you have posted lots, you will probably notice you get more likes and loves and comments when you share things about your family, your kids, your dogs, versus a new listing that you got. I'm just saying, it's really the truth. Here's just some examples here of kind of how you can use a community page. So we have Tulsa Looks Good on You. It is an arm of the Wallet Group. It's a standalone Instagram, Facebook page, and playlist on our YouTube channel. And you can see we've really, really worked hard to, Shy, has our assistant here, has really worked hard to make this a great success. And on Facebook, gets tons of engagement because we pull together local happenings, what's going on, and then we tag all of those places. And so it gets shared and shared and shared and all of this great stuff. And so with that, since we've done the work on gathering all of the Tulsa happenings and things going on, that allowed us then to create this awesome email that we send out once a week. At the top here is an example of what it looks like. So you can see it says Tulsa Looks Good on You, Weekend Edition, and it says powered by the Wallet Group, but that's pretty small. So it isn't super branded to our team, except for at the bottom of the email, it says click here to see what your home is worth in today's market. And we do get clicks on that. So then we do get CMA opportunities. So could you add in some kind of community messaging that goes out to your database, posted on the socials that allows you to get more interaction and more engagement with that call to action. So it's just a question that you might want to ask yourself. So the subject line is simply check out this weekend's 5 best things. It was great because we just had an event and a client of ours came to it. He came to the business owner mastermind because he owns the business. And he said, that email is our favorite email. We look at it every Thursday. It goes out on Thursday. And then we plan our weekend and we go to some of the recommendations that you've suggested. And so, yes, that is the point of it, is so that we are creating community through real estate. All right, now let's get to the sponsorships part because all of this sounds great. It could feel very overwhelming to you if you haven't created all these different plans yet, but never fear. You can have help when it comes to paying for all this stuff. You don't have to have a big budget or put things on credit cards or go into debt to put on all of these type of things because you are in a business that you give business to other people, called your vendor partners, your service providers, local small businesses. So whenever you do these things, you could even just start the year with this plan and say, hey, here's what's going to go on this year. Here's how we would like for you to partner with us. So again, here's another little sponsorship sheet that you can scan this QR code for, and we'll send the link in the wrap up email as well. But I used to be afraid of asking, and that is terrible and on me because once you understand the value that you provide all these businesses, one transaction that you do from all your efforts, just think about all of the people that earn income or new opportunities because of you. So never ever get hung up on, I don't want to ask. It got even easier when I hired a team member who that was her job to ask. So now I don't have to be the one doing it, but you can do it. You just share the value. And that's what you'll see on this sponsorship one pager is just how you point out and share the value of why they would like to contribute money to you. Here's the example of the email that you can send. So we're going to prepare them for, hey, it's great connecting with you. Here's what's going on this year. Here's what we're doing. Here's what we would like for you to do. We'd love for you to be a part of it. Like, for example, this baseball giveaway that's in this email is a pretty large expense. It's like $5,000, which is the biggest event we've ever done. But we have break it up amongst our sponsors and our vendor partners, and they still see the value. They get to come, they get to have fun, they get to connect with our people, they can do giveaways and drawings while they're there. And so we always get that covered as well. But it typically our events are not that expensive, to be honest. So now you have heard all these ideas. You've gotten the one pager on how you're going to ask all your sponsors to help you out. And so what do you do now? I know I just threw all of that at you so fast and I'm so sorry, but the truth is this is all about getting into action. This is a perfect time of year to start planning ahead. What do you want 2026 to look like? What do you want to do the rest of this year to knock it out of the park? There's still plenty of time. You could do some kind of a fall giveaway like we're doing. We've got our Pies and Pints event, which is our Pie Day, which is in November. And then at Christmas time, we do a little Santa letter giveaway, which is so well received. And so the total cost on those isn't huge. And remember, it's getting paid for by our sponsors. So determine what you want it to look like, identify the different buckets inside of your own social media that you're already doing and maybe areas to improve or add, and then just map it out. If it doesn't get put on your calendar, it's not going to happen. So could you just create this plan and put it into action by putting things out there. And the really other big piece is accountability. If you're a solo agent, reach out to somebody that can help hold you accountable to these, or if you have a coach or a team leader or productivity coach, help them help you to do these activities. Something that's really smart in my market center, they have found they know that these client events are so important, but some of our solo agents, they don't maybe have the manpower or the skills. And so now my market center just puts on an event and allows the agents to invite their people. So maybe if you have these already happening inside of your own community, latch onto those to get you into the habit and enjoy the benefit of inviting people to an event, having fun with them. Whenever the thing I didn't go deep into is, and I didn't stress it enough because along with marketing, remember, we also need prospecting. And so while we're having these things to talk about or share, the prospecting piece is important. We're still calling our people and inviting them. We're shooting them texts and voicemails to come and engage with us or play along with this giveaway. So the prospecting piece really still needs to be layered in there. And then don't forget, just make a list of your top people you give money to right now and create a plan to go ask them if they would be interested. Like you could even just start a simple combo without even knowing any numbers and say, hey, top lender referral friend, we're mapping out our goals for next year. I plan on helping this many families. Would you be up for it, interested in talking about a sponsorship where through our year we'll tag and promote you and do video content and share you with our clients in return for a set fee? And you might be surprised. I bet they will say yes, and I bet you could ask for even more than you think that you can. So that is a big old overview of all of the marketing we do in our business, overview of some social media ideas, and then definitely ways for you to get in touch with local sponsorships so that you zero this out, because that's what this is about, is having a big business, but also a profitable business. And you don't need to be spending your money on all this stuff when there are definitely eager and amazing sponsors who would help you out. So as we wrap up here, I've got a couple QR codes for you, and we'll send this all in the link. I do still have an amazing class that is everything I've ever done in my business, all in one place. It was a 4-week series. It's pre-recorded, so you can just work through what um, systems you want to implement into your business and all of the touches, the communication plans, as well as the mindset stuff, listings and buyers and referrals and everything all in one place. You get a discount on that. You can definitely sign up to stay connected with me. And I do have a membership group for real estate agents to hang out each month, get all my paid training classes for free, and have a call with me as well. We'll send you these links later on, but I want to hear from you guys. Thanks for hanging out, and have a good one now. Bye.